So, the first today's word is trace. The meaning of this word: to find someone or something that was lost, for example. The police are trying to trace the mother of a newborn baby found abandoned outside a hospital. Attempts to trace the whereabouts of a man seen leaving the scene of the crime have so far been unsuccessful. The missing daughter was finally traced to, found in Manchester. We finally traced him to an address in Chicago. I have been unable to trace the letter you mentioned.
But we can trace our mammal features through time as they appeared.
If you trace it back to the oldest poems we can find, the emotions are the same underneath
There's
it
no
all.
way to trace pasta back to one designer,
A
one
lot of
inventor.
research depends on using animals, particularly lab mice. But why mice? Trace explains right here.
Next meaning: to find the origin of something. For example, the phone company was unable to trace the call. No one has yet been able to trace the source of the rumor. She could trace her family tree back to the 16th century. The police traced the call, used special electronic equipment to find out who made the telephone call to her ex-husband's number.
Will leave the universe without a trace. No one will know they were here.
We humans have a very deep and intimate relationship with the universe. We humans trace our lineage not just back centuries through our families.
But I think we can trace it back really to his earliest times.
Next meaning: a mark, an object, or a sign that shows that somebody, something existed or was present. For example, police searched the area but found no trace of the escaped prisoner. Years of living in England had eliminated all trace of the American accent. Josh Billings' words: half of the troubles of this life can be traced to saying yes too quickly and not saying no soon enough. The next word is extent. The meaning of this word: how large, important, serious, etc. something is. For example, she was exaggerating the true extent of the problem. It is difficult to assess the full extent of the damage. To some extent it was my fault, though I didn't mean any harm. We did not know the extent of his injuries. It makes sense to a certain extent to write down everything.
So I'm fascinated by the extent to which our environment molds and shapes us. How
to get to grips with this city in the sea, we need to work out the full extent of it. And that can only be done from above.
You look at the world today, and whether it's climate change or whether it's what the extent of the damage at Fukushima is or what the actual tactical capability.
Next meaning: area or length, amount. For example, from the top of the Empire State Building you can see the full extent of Manhattan, the area it covers. Rosie's teacher was impressed by the extent of her knowledge, how much she knew. The river Nile is over 6,500 to 6,500 kilometers in extent, length. The words of Anais Nin: age doesn't protect you from love, but love, to some extent, protects you from age. The next word is dawn. The meaning of this word: the time of the day when light first appears. For example, the plane took off, leaving London behind in a blue-grey dawn. We arrived in Sydney as dawn broke, and the first light could be seen. He left the house just as the day was dawning. In the late 1970s, the personal computer era was dawning.
This day before dawn I ascended a hill and looked at the crowded heaven, and I said to my spirit,
Working together is nothing new. We've been doing it since the dawn of time. but collective intelligence has really evolved since the start of the digital age.
Next meaning, to begin. For example, a new technological age had dawned. The following morning dawned bright and warm. The words of John Ruskin, "Let every dawn be to you as the beginning of life, and every setting sun be to you as its close."